What's up guys, welcome back to a video. So today I have another Insurgency Sandstorm SDK tutorial video with you guys. And so in this video I'm going to be showing you guys how to set up a push game mode. Now one thing that I would suggest before I go on is you guys need to go watch my checkpoint game mode video, because we're basically gonna copy everything that we did in the checkpoint game mode, but then obviously change everything so it is for push instead of checkpoint, and then we need to do a few minor changes. So the first thing that you need to do is you want to come over here, and now like I said, I would suggest you guys watch my checkpoint game mode video first before this one, just so you guys have the same stuff, and then you guys can easily follow this tutorial, because I don't want to like duplicate or do some of the stuff again if I already have it. So I already duplicated my checkpoint game mode sub level, so you also want to do that. So you want to duplicate it, and then after that you want to rename it. So I named mine, the TM is my mod ID. If you want, you can put your mod in there. You don't have to name it how I name it. I just always add like a mod ID or some sort of way for me to know it's my my mod stuff, and not like, it's just easier to search for it if you need to search for it. So, and then tutorial is your map name, or tutorial is my map name, but then obviously put in your map name, and then push the game mode, and then security for the attacking team. So once you've done that, we want to come over here to levels, and we want to go to this level and say add existing, and then we want to go over here and we want to add our push game mode level now. So it's gonna adding levels to world. Okay, so the next thing that I'm gonna do is I'm gonna drag it into my versus folder that I already have here. And so you want to go over to World Outliner now, and then always make sure when you go on view options, make sure only in current level is selected. And now, as you guys can see, I already did a few things, but I'll go over what I did. And the basic thing that the only thing that I did was I renamed everything here. So I think let's quickly, I'm gonna delete this because I can redo this and show you guys how I did it. And there you go. So we want to quickly select these pawns, delete it, and this one we're also gonna delete. Just say yes. Okay, so now you guys should have exactly the same as mine if you did watch my checkpoint game mode, that I would recommend you guys do. And then after you've done that, my editor is a little bit laggy, come on. Okay, so and then after you've done that, you just want to go and obviously you guys can see I already renamed it, but where the checkpoint is, you want to change that to push, and then rename everything to push, so you know everything in this sub level is for the push game mode. So I'm also gonna delete this thing here, and so after you've done that, the next thing that we need to do is create our scenario. So again, you want to duplicate your security scenario thingy, and instead of it being checkpoint, we want to make this push, like so. And so after you've done that, we are going to click save all. So let's just wait for it to, well, if you're okay, after you saved, you want to open your push scenario now, and up here on neutral spawns we want to add one. And now as before, if you guys watched my checkpoint game mode, you should have all of this already here and everything here. Now one thing that I did was just make sure you hide all of your other game mode sublevels, otherwise it's gonna like interfere with your push game mode that we're working on right now. Okay, so after you've done that, you want to come over to the scenario thing again, and over here we want to go to game mode, and then instead of checkpoint we want to make this now a push game mode. And then after that we want to we can leave everything here the same. We will set up this just now, and then down here where it says this first sub level here, we want to name that now. You want to put the name in that your push game mode level is called. No, I don't want to duplicate it. No. Okay, don't do that. I'm just gonna delete it, and then just say rename. Or if you want to make sure, I always just right click rename and just copy the exact name, but just make sure it's exactly the same name as your push game mode level. Then we click save, and then we scroll down, and you guys should also have this here. And as you guys can see, we need to change this as well. So because we renamed these, we now need to reset the objectives here to the push versions and not the checkpoint. So this one is gonna be push alpha, this one is gonna be alpha, this one is gonna be Bravo, Bravo, Charlie, and then Charlie. Okay, so these spawn zones here are going to be for the security team to spawn after they captured an objective. They are no longer gonna like spawn at the main base, yeah, for say. Okay, so one thing that I did see is you don't necessarily have to set this neutral spawn, but if you want to, you can make it so that you spawn somewhere else before you and then when you die you spawn on the first objective's spawn here. But what I did see is if you haven't captured alpha yet, you won't spawn on this one, you will spawn on the neutral here. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna make this spawn here the same as the first alpha one that is here. Okay, so the next thing that we'll do is you can click save, but keep your scenario open. And now we need to set up the spawns for the other team. Now I have alpha here, then Bravo, and then Charlie is over here, but we need to add a fourth objective, and then the fourth one is going to be a cache that you need to explode, because as far as I know that's how push works. You capture 3 objectives, and the fourth one you need to explode, and if you are able to capture all 3 objectives and you are able to explode the fourth one, that team wins. Yeah, I'm quickly gonna move, depending on your map, obviously this is gonna be different, but I'm just quickly gonna move Charlie to this one, and then Delta is gonna be here for the weapon cache that we are gonna explode. So I'm gonna quickly select, if I maybe go to your world outliner if it's easier. So I'm gonna select capture zone Charlie and this one, and I'm quickly gonna move this to this building here, because we want Charlie here and not there, because we want to put Delta on these buildings here. Now I could, if I really wanted to, put Delta here and still keep Charlie over here, but obviously it's your own, you have to decide where you want the objectives, but I'm gonna just have it like this. So I'm just gonna turn this so it's in line with the building, and I'm quickly gonna size up this capture zone a little bit bigger, so you don't have to stand like in the middle, or you don't, it's not that small, the cap point. like so, and then I'm also gonna expand it this way like so, and that will be it for that. Okay, so the next thing that we need to do is after you've done that, we're quickly gonna set up our objective delta. And now, as far as I know, we need to go into the main content folder over here, and then you want to go into game, and then you want to go into, let me see, it's under actors. I might be wrong. Objectives and weapon cache. Ah, here it is. Yes. Okay, so if you want to, obviously we're gonna copy this weapon cache insurgents, because the attackers is gonna be security and the defenders are gonna be insurgents. So you can copy this weapon cache base if I'm correct, and you can use this to make your own kind of version if you really wanted to. But we're gonna quickly drag this out. So might lag a little bit the first time, because this is the first time I'm actually like dragging this into my world. Okay, like so. Now, because this is a weapon cache, there's not really a capture zone, because we need to explode this. So you can put this wherever, but I'm gonna just put mine maybe like so. Now obviously you guys would have like maybe more cover areas here on your map, but I'm still working on the map and stuff, so there might not be a lot of cover. But if you guys remember my checkpoint game mode, before I made that video, I added like these esco walls and stuff too. It's not, so it's a little bit more interesting. But anyways, besides that, after you've done that, we need to quickly go and select this and just make sure everything is set up correctly. I have never worked or never saw, oh shit, no, I don't want to do that. Okay, I never really looked at the weapon caches yet, so that's everything. This is all new. So you can change the damage type here, and you can put like the shock radius, duration, an explosion, physics, force. If you guys want to, you can change that. And everything here looks already fine and dandy. So yeah, so the next thing that we will do is we are gonna maybe rename this to oh no, let's keep this as is, but yeah, okay, we can keep this as is. But now if we go to scenario, we want to add another, we want to click on this plus icon, because this is going to be our fourth objective. And now if we go to objective, we want to choose objective weapon cache insurgents. Now I'm just going to quickly rename this to add push, so we know this is a weapon cache for push. So let's just add push there. I would recommend you guys do this as well, just so you know. I just like to name everything like this, so you know everything in here in the sub level is for your push game mode. Because if you do have these other game modes, these game mode levels also as visible, you guys will see those everything in those levels as well. So it's just easier to know what is what. Okay, anyways, so if you go to scenario, you guys will see now this is all set up fine. And now the next thing we need to do is set up the spawns for the other team. And then the spawns are going to go on the objectives. So as you can see here, I have a spawn zone for security on every like objective. Now we just need to add the insurgents spawns. I'm quickly gonna open the where I should go. Okay, I really want to open a scenario from one of the official maps just to make sure I am doing everything correctly so far. So push security, and so we have it open now, and as you guys can see, I have this we already set this, and now everything here is fine. Yep, and as you guys can see, I have the spawn zones here for the objectives. And so for the fourth one, as you guys can see, they don't have a spawn zone here. Now I think for the last objective, the enemy team spawns on the previous objective, and then they will spawn there for the last time, and then if security are able to explode the cache, obviously security wins. But yeah, okay, everything looks fine. And so the next thing that we need to do is basically just set up the spawns. So leave your scenario open, and so let's get to that stuff now. For alpha, depending on your map again, I am going to just copy these spawns here, and like I saw, I'm gonna copy this ammo box as well, and then just make sure you select everything like so. And now I'm gonna copy Control C and Control V, and I'm gonna drag this over in this building. I'm gonna make the insurgents for the first objective spawn here in this building. You can spread out the spawn zones so they don't just spawn in one building. So you can like put a spawn zone here, you put a spawn zone here, and here. You can have 3 spawns, and then you just add them into your scenario. We'll do that next, but I'm just gonna have 1. So I'm gonna turn this, and I'm gonna make it like so, and like that. And now whilst you have everything still selected, you want to go over here on the right. You'll see it looks like a little plus icon with a folder icon. You want to click that, and it will make a new folder for us. We're gonna name this Insurgent, or INS is just for insurgents, but you can type in the full name if you want to. I'm gonna make it INS, and then team 2, just so we know this is for the other team, and we're gonna drag it into the folder for alpha, like so. Now I'm also gonna select the other stuff in here and make another folder and name this team 1, like so. Now if you want to, well, okay, it's a little bit unorganized now, so I'm gonna remove that, like so, and now it will show team 1 above and team 2. So I guess team 1 and team 2 will be fine as long as you know these spawns are for the other team. And now one thing that we'll quickly do is change this to team 2, team 2, I see the video is so far at 18 minutes, so I'm gonna try my best to not make the video too long. And so on spawn zone Charlie, this is now gonna be alpha, but we want to add underscore team 2, or if you want to, you can add insurgent or insurgents, but I'm just gonna keep it the same and name it team 2. And so now everything is named up correctly, but we need to change some few settings. So whilst you have the spawn zone here selected for team 2, you want to change the team ID to 1. And then the next thing we need to do is select all of the spawns. So what you can do is you can select one and then hold shift down and left click, and it will select everything down. Okay, so after you've done that, and why does it look like there's thing? Wait, Wait a minute. Why did it? Okay. You guys might not have this, but I'm just gonna delete that. Oh my. Oh, almost thought I deleted everything, but I was just outside of the building. Okay. So you wanna oh wait. Oh, I might have selected like the wrong ones. Okay, so select the spawns. Down here, you want to change the team ID to 1. And then down here where it says associated spawn zone, you want to make this now a spawn zone push alpha team 2. And so once you've done that, we can click on the supply crate here. And linked spawn zone, you want to choose this alpha team 2, and then linked objective, we want to make sure this is objective capturable push alpha. And now after that, you click save. The insurgent spawns for objective alpha should be all good to go. And so the next thing is we need to do this for the other objectives now as well. Okay. So the next objective is going to be Bravo. So what we need to do is if you come over, let's say we capped Alpha now, and after we've captured Alpha, we will now spawn here. But now we need to set up another spawn zone for the other team because they won't be able to spawn here anymore because we already captured Alpha, and then we are gonna actually come here to capture it, and we need them to spawn somewhere else so we don't like instantly kill them. Okay, so I'm basically gonna copy this whole folder like so, and then I'm gonna click on Bravo and just Control V. And so the next thing we need to do is, why did it, oh okay, it doesn't seem like you can like copy a folder, so I'm going to create a new folder and just name this. Okay, before we name this we need to scroll down and put it into Bravo, and in this one we're also going to name this team 2 like so. And I will rename those again, and we're going to select these and also put this in a folder and call this team 1. Let's quickly do this for the Charlie as well, so we don't have to do it later. Team 1. Okay, so we're at Bravo now. We have this all set up, and so the next thing that we need to do is, oh, yeah, that's weird. Okay, we'll have to fix that. Oh, damn it. Okay, that is something that I did not think of. Okay, let's see if it actually mines if we do this. So let's put this back to 1. Okay, it doesn't seem like, because I think it's in a folder, it won't mine, but we need to set this to team 1 again, like so. Team 1, and then this one is gonna be fine, and then this we're gonna now make team 2. So quickly rename those. Like I saw. And this one we wanna also put on team 2. Okay, we'll get to Charlie just after this. Okay, so the next thing we need to select these, or select them, because we basically copied this one. And now we want to move these somewhere where we want them to spawn if the security team needs to attack Bravo. Now I think I'm gonna put them like here, so you'd basically spawn on this building, or you can obviously depending on your map you can put it somewhere else, but I think for some so don't make it too complicated, I think yeah, I think it's okay. Let's put it in this building. I think I'm gonna put it in here, nice and away, and so we're gonna put it like so. It actually just fits in. Okay, I'm gonna leave it as is. Just make sure it's not like in the ground, otherwise it will show bad. Just make sure it's just above the ground. And so we're gonna now select all of these players, and then over here where it says associate team, we want to make this, okay, we quickly need to rename this spawn zone. Needs to be not alpha, but it needs to be Bravo, like so, and then we can select the players again and then check it to Bravo. And so next we need to go to the supply crate as well, and linked spawn zone Bravo, and then linked objective is gonna be Bravo. And so just make sure everything is still good to go, and yes, everything is fine. So now we will be able to spawn here if the security were able to capture Alpha, and we need to now defend Bravo. And now we need to do this for Charlie. So like we did it for Bravo, we want to copy this, Control V, and so now we will make them spawn here. Let's make them let's see, let's make them spawn in that building, like so. I don't know why, but my editor keeps building navigation. It's weird. Like so. Let's make it like so. Am I talking funny? Not sure. Anyways, again, we want to add, while you still have it selected, create a folder. Call this. Okay, before you name it, we want to move this into the Charlie folder. And this one we are obviously gonna call, come on, team 2. And again we want to quickly put team 1 on that, team 1, team 1, and then this one gonna be 1, team 1. Okay, that we can leave as is. Now we can go back, come back here, and then so these we now also want to name to team 2. Come on, team 2, team 2, team 2, and then the last one, team 2. And then the spawn zone, instead of Bravo, this is gonna be Charlie, like so. Okay, so after you've done that, we also need to put the team, instead of 4 or 3, it's gonna be 2. Okay, again you want to select the players, and then where it says associate spawn, we want to put this to Charlie, team 2 Charlie. Make sure you set it to the correct one. Spawn zone is still fine. Supply crate. Now linked spawn zone is going to be Charlie, and then linked objective is going to be Charlie. Now I did see, like that we saw in the other push scenario file from Farmhouse, they didn't have another spawn for when the attacking team has captured Charlie, because I think you are basically then just have one life alive still, or you will like spawn on this one. So once you've done that, we should be all good to go. Now we need to just add the spawns to to our scenario file. Sorry. Okay, so if you still have it open, just go to it. And so the next thing that we need to do is do the spawn. So we're gonna scroll down, and so here you guys can see is the security spawn. So we're gonna click a plus icon and then put it to Alpha Team 2, and then the same for Bravo, and then Charlie gonna be this one, and so that will be it. Now I did see they had more than one spawn zone for like the insurgents. You can do that if you want, but I'm just gonna have one for each, and so I think that will be it. So I think I see the video is already at 31 minutes. So I think we are ready to test this out. So make sure if you go to world settings, make sure you have set up your push scenario as well in here. So all you need to do is come up here where it says default scenarios, press the plus icon, scroll down, put the game mode to push, and then set it to your push scenario. After that, I'm gonna start this with 2 players. The second player is gonna be on my other screen, and then the first player is gonna be on this screen. So we're gonna go through it and make sure everything works, and then I think that will be it for the video. So once this loads, we can quickly play a little bit and see if everything works just fine. Come on. Come on, SDK, Unreal, please stay with me. It might be. Okay, there we go. Okay, I think I'm gonna leave both clients like on this one screen. I'll just switch between them. So I'm gonna make sure team 2 or the second client is gonna be insurgents. I'm gonna just choose commander, and for this one I am going to choose demolition, because I want a charge or explosives. So if I go here and just choose or I think it actually now like already automatically like gives you a charge to place down, I think. Yeah, okay, so if I click security now and then just choose commander and then deploy, and then just say for this one also to deploy, you guys will see it's starting to load. Ignore the hello world, it works, because that was part of the video for the mutators. So let's just wait for this countdown. And I'll quickly show you guys that everything should be all good. So now we need to attack A, and so let's just make sure we spawned at the correct place. Yes, we did. Let's quickly let this other first client capture Alpha, just so we can go through and make sure everything is working fine. I might cap the or cut the video where I'm capping like the objectives, but I do see it's going fairly quick, so what I'm gonna do is after I capture this, as you guys can see, it's telling us to capture Bravo now. So I'm probably gonna kill the second client, just so we can make sure they are spawning on the other spawn now instead of here. And so we've now killed them. And so let's quickly see where he spawns. So obviously it's gonna take a few seconds before they spawn again. Yeah, see up there it says reinforcement wave deploying in 17 seconds, so maybe I should not cap it immediately, because just so he can make sure he's spawning on the other spawn zone and not... Okay, it worked. He spawned at the correct place. And so now if I quickly come over here and say finish capping Bravo, whilst I am capturing there, obviously if I were to kill the security guy with this one, he will also spawn at Alpha at the other building. So we've now captured Alpha, so let's quickly run to Charlie and then we'll see if we can explode the last objective. So we'll quickly run up here. Let's quickly capture C. Line 2 is just gonna chill out somewhere. You don't want to run into the capture zone, otherwise I'm gonna prevent it from being capped. Okay, as you can see, it now brought up fall back and defend, and so this is going to be the final objective. And so now let's quickly jump out here, and yep, it is showing up correctly. So let me quickly run over here and plant the bomb. Like I saw, and then please don't crash, I beg of you. Okay, it doesn't crash. Now obviously you run away. I'm just gonna make this guy stand somewhere else because I don't want him to die and then just... Okay, now if I take a boom, victorious. Okay, so that's gonna do it for this video, guys. If you enjoyed it, give it a thumbs up. If you didn't, a thumbs down. And also remember to subscribe if you're not subscribed yet. And I'll see you guys in the next one.